there's so many benefits to meditation, but the real benefit for me is that moment of pure presence where you are in your body. And there's loads of different types. The one I like to do is like the body scan, where you put your physical awareness into a part of your body and you just breathe life and light into it. And that makes me feel really grounded. It's great. So yeah, presence for me when I think of it is meditation.
Are you going to make the time when you're travelling to meditate?
I'd like to. Yeah. Have I told you I'm looking at doing a silent retreat when I'm in Thailand?
No, that's so exciting.
3-day silent retreat with monks.
Nice.
It's also, they run on donations. I think it's like 500 Thai baht a day. And let's see. So yeah, £12 a day. So 3 days, it's like 36 pounds.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you live like a monk effectively for those few days. And
so
I'm really
absolutely no talking for 3 days.
I think 24 hours of no talking, and then the rest of it's small interactions, but there's 24 hours of silence, which would be amazing. So yes, I would like to get back into meditation. I'd love to do a retreat when I'm away traveling. So we'll see. And I keep saying I'll find time when life settles down, but reality, life will never settle down. You know, I keep saying, like when this podcast takes off and I can live this life where I'm here, but then I'm traveling, I'll have the time. It's like, well,
make the time now.
You've got the time now. I remember, again, Alex Hormozy said this when he was talking to someone he employs about going to the gym. Because I think Alex Hormozy has a gym in the office or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're got the most amount of time you'll ever have now. I was like, yeah, that's actually valid. It's very true.
Yeah.
So what other moments bring you pure presence, or are those the ones that you feel like you've really explored, which is, talking about things that bring you passion, exploring activities that maybe stimulate you physically as well. So there's the element of physical challenge in there.
One that I've just thought of it, driving. Long drives.
Really? And you feel presence in that?
The road noise is like white noise. And you just sort of, you know that you're going to be on the road for 40 miles. Like, same road. You're just on it. There's not a lot of traffic. Like, all you've got to do is keep between two lines.
So I disagree with that.
Do you?
For driving, the amount of times I've had my subconscious brain take over, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm home. Oh, wow. Like, okay, I'm home. Great. And I'm like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
You know, so for me, that's, definitely not. And it's definitely not a good thing to admit that I'm sometimes not paying attention when I'm driving.
No, I think everyone's done that. And the thing is, if you're doing the same routes over and over and over, it's like you want your subconscious brain to take over because stop doing that every day.
It's boring as hell.
Yeah. No, but there's just some sort of peace in it. It's like you've got a focal point. Like in the same way as if you meditate with your eyes closed, you're sort of almost focusing almost on the darkness. It's like when you're driving, it's like you're just sort of, the scenery doesn't change. You've got bushes on this side, you've got the barriers up this side, you've got two white lines, that's it. That doesn't change. You're just there. It's peaceful.
Yeah, I like that. I've definitely found moments of pure presence while traveling and exploring, mainly while being in nature. You know, when you just stop and you look at some of the amazing scenery, you're just like, wow.
How long have you been a naturist?
What do you mean a naturist?
A naked person.
My whole life, really.
Yeah.
This is, you guys can't tell, but I'm wearing nothing underneath.
Love that one. I wear nothing every single day.
Yeah, just underneath my clothes.
Underneath my clothes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a vegan between meals.
I'm a vegan 8 hours a night.
You're welcome, cows.
Yeah. Doing my bit.
I actually don't eat any cow products.
Do you not?
No. I think it reduces one's carbon emissions by like 50%.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so I don't.
Do you like bacon?
I do, but it's just not.
That's one of the questions you can't ask a Muslim. I found that one out when I was an accountant.
Why would you ever ask a Muslim that?
It sat next to me.
It?
No, he was sat next to me.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said it. I was like, okay, off to a good start.
No, I offered him some of my pork pie as well. Like, I had a spare pork pie. I was like, do you want that? I was completely ignorant.
See, that's why you travel.
Yeah, but then there's just so much information. Like, you can't know everything about everything. So as long as you
No, you
approach it
can't.
with like humility, like I don't understand. So if I do offend you, then like feel free to say, like, I'm an open book. You can tell me I've done something wrong. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'd say if I offend you, please feel free to tell me, but also help me understand how I can be better next time.
And that's how I've navigated life. It's like, because then in one way it's sort of removing the responsibility of having to do your due diligence. But on the other side, it's like you're learning organically and you're learning exactly what that person would want you to know.
Yeah.
So,
and you're learning it real authentic rather than, I've read the book. It's apparently you don't like this.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, help me understand you and your way of life better.
Yeah. So why are cows magic?
Nice. Isn't that Indians?
Could be. I don't know. I'm ignorant. No idea.
Love it. Yeah, so not wildlife, nature. Definitely found moments of stillness in that. So I remember doing a road trip from LA to NYC with 4 of my friends. It was incredible. One of the best experiences I've ever had. We should definitely do a road trip like that. Get an RV or something rather than like a shitty car we had.
I was talking to Soph yesterday. I'd love to do a 3-month trip around America. Just start in LA and just zigzag up and down all the states and pop into Canada for like Toronto and Montreal and
nice, man.
Niagara Falls I'd like to go to as well.
Yeah, go to Buffalo while you're there. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Who win?
We beat the Bengals yesterday.
Yeah, it was a great game. Watched the full thing.
One of us did.
In 40.
Yeah, game in 40. Yeah, like, so when I was on that trip, you know, like seeing Zion National Park, Arches National Park, Grand Canyon, Death Valley, all these places, it just makes you stop for a moment and just understand how small and insignificant you are and how beautiful the world can be. Like a sunset or sunrise is just, it will do that to you. Like a beautiful moment where everything just stops and you just become locked in on what is happening and what life is showing you. It's just...
I find it... Well, I don't know. Maybe that is the presence in itself. But when I'm in nature, I can't ever like calm my mind because I'm so interested in just making sure I really take in everything around me. Whereas when I'm doing something like driving and it's just boring, it's in boring things or flow state.
But that's the irony of meditation and presence, isn't it? Is the more you try, the further away you get from it.
Yeah.
So it is just allowing yourself to embrace releasing control. You know?
I think also early mornings. And you had a 5 a.m. morning this morning.
I did.
It's getting up at those times and it's like everything is so calm and peaceful because the world hasn't risen.
Yeah.
So it's easier to think clearer because there's no additional, not noises in volume, but noises in just people, quantity, energy.
Stimulation, yeah.
There's no buzz in the air.
Completely agree. Yeah, absolutely. And there's one moment I would like to share, which I remember as one of my highlights for traveling. It was honestly incredible. So, when I was in Mexico, on an island called Isla Holbox, and beautiful little island, barely any Wi-Fi, no cars, just pure like paradise. One evening, so there's a bay around the kind of corner of where we were staying where you can get the bioluminescence, you know, where it lights up and everything. Yeah. We took out kayaks. Bearing in mind, it's pitch black. There's no like street lamps. We're like, well, let's take kayaks out. So we kayaked there, waited, nothing happened. So like, we'll kayak back, and we started kayaking back. And as we were going, one of us went, "Everybody stop!" And we were like, "What?" And he just went like that and slapped the water, and the whole thing lit up. And in that moment, that was when all of us were just like,
"That's crazy,
unreal." Like we just all stopped and were like, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." And that was a moment of pure presence because I wasn't worried about the future or the paddle that we had to do to get back. It was just
in awe of the moment.
It's like incredible.
Yeah. What is it that causes? Is it like animals in the water
I think
that
so.
light up and when it's
algae, isn't it?
I don't know. No idea. I think nature is just absolutely incredible. Will and E made a video going around like 7 different spots in the world that are just natural phenomena that are crazy. Like there's a place in the world where there's all 24/7 every day in the year a thunderstorm going on.
Whoa.
And lightning. There's a place with along a walk in a woodland. There's like a rock face, whatever, and in it is a torch, like a fire that burns. It's just behind a waterfall.
That's stunning.
Crazy.
Nature is incredible. So yeah, bioluminescence is the product and emission of light by living organisms through a chemical reaction.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, nature is incredible, and I think for me that is such a insight into presence. It just creates so much space for life to unfold.
No, it's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, man.